Graders, for math, today we are moving on to lesson 7.9, where we are going to look at generating and identifying patterns. So these are more complex patterns than you've probably worked with before. So on my screen here, we're going to talk about rectangular numbers and the pattern that we use here. And then in my next video, I will complete problems 1 and 2 on your first page 252. And then pay close attention to this video because you only need to complete number 3, A through C. And then on the next page, number 4, A through B. So make sure you pay close attention because you are only expected to complete some of the pages, not the whole page. I know this is going to be a tricky topic and subject, but just try your best, submit, and I will send feedback if needed, or we can connect at 10 or 10:30, and we will get through it. You guys can do it. All right, so looking at my screen here, we are looking at rectangular numbers. Rectangular numbers are numbers that can be represented by rectangular arrays. So here I have some rectangular arrays. Each array increases by 1 row and 1 column. So you notice that right here, I have 2. So I have 1 row, 1 column. And then here I have 6. So I added a column on the bottom and then I added a row. Then the same here, we're adding a column and a row. So here's the math behind it. Oh, that was a bad line. Here's the math behind it. So the pattern is to multiply each number by the number that would come next in the sequence. So if I look at 1, if I'm starting with number 1, I'm going to multiply that by the number that comes next. So that would be number 2 comes next. So 1 times 2 is 2. And that's how I got this array. So then if I keep going at the pattern, 2 times 3, because my number is 2, and I'm going to multiply it by the number that comes next, which is 3. So if I do 2 times 3, I get 6. So I should have 6 squares here. And then I'm going to keep going. So I have 3 times 4 is 12. So I should have 12 here. And then it just keeps increasing. 4 times 5 would give me 20. And I can try my best to draw. So you'll just need 20 squares. So I'm going to go 4 times 5. I should have 20 squares. And then 5 times 6. And they don't have to be perfect. I know we're on a computer. It is tricky. Do your best. I will understand what you are trying to say. So that is the pattern with rectangular squares or rectangular numbers. You are going to do this in your journal page, and I will help you with the first problem 1 and 2, which is building on this pattern. We are really focusing on patterns and identifying them and building on them or generating them. So you will also be explaining them with words, which is what I said here. So use that text box. Don't forget the text box. It's way easier than writing. And just try your best to explain what you did. So here I explained that the pattern is to multiply each number by the number that comes next. All right, let me know if you have any questions.